Hello, everybody, to another episode of our dinosaur battle series where we're going through this bracket to determine what is the most powerful dinosaur in the Jurassic franchise. We're going to go through this four battles today. We have two here that are pretty obvious who wins. We have the Indominus Rex versus Allosaurus. I think we all know the I-Rex is just bigger, more durable, stronger, faster, smarter, and there's just not much the Allosaurus can do, so we're going to give the win to the Indominus there. It's just the superior animal in every category. And I say that with Allosaurus, my favorite dinosaur. But here we have the Brachiosaurus against the Indoraptor. The Indoraptor is a smart animal. It can figure out how to win things, but there's no way it's bringing down a 40-ton Brachiosaurus. So the Brachiosaurus are going to win this 9 out of 10 times. Now we can get into our actual battles for today. Just so you know, these videos are slightly lower effort now because they keep getting copyrighted, and I don't want to put whole weekend into something that's going to get taken down. So our next fight here is the Tarbosaurus versus the Mamenchisaurus. This one's kind of interesting because we have an animal from the largest group of animals to ever live on land, the sauropods, against a theropod, and there's a lot of disagreement on whether large theropods, could even hunt sauropods. But the Tarbosaurus we're using is from Camp Cretaceous Hidden Adventure, and the Tarbosaurus in this was very similar to the Tyrannosaurus. It was slightly smaller, but it's quite chunky. It makes some very cool sounds. It probably has a pretty significant bite force as well, since it has a similar jaw structure to the Tyrannosaurus. So it probably has a decent chance of doing severe damage to the Mamenchisaurus in this case. However, the Mamenchisaurus is a 30-ton animal compared to the Tarbosaurus, which is probably around 7 tons. It's 30 tons, nearly 100 feet long. The Mamenchisaurus has barely appeared in the Jurassic franchise, only appearing in the Lost World, and I think in some extended material, mentioned by name on perhaps the websites or something. But it does not appear very frequently in the franchise, that's for sure. But despite these both being very powerful animals, I'm going to say that the Mamenchisaurus should be able to win this fight the majority of the time, just because it's so much larger, especially considering it's a sauropod with a long tail and a pretty significant weight. It should be able to bring down the Tarbosaurus probably 7 out of 10 times. So we can go ahead and go into this bracket. Just so you know, all these battles today are going to be pretty short. It is a randomized bracket, so I don't really pick the order of the battles. I just want to get through this series because I can't wait to get to the finale because that's going to be pretty fun. But our next fight we have here, this one's better. We have the Spinosaurus against the Stegosaurus, one of the most powerful carnivores against one of the most powerful armored herbivores in the entire franchise. The Stegosaurus from the Lost World, the Isla Sorna Stegosaurus, were absolutely enormous, nearly the size of a Tyrannosaurus. I believe they were 6 tons. I could be wrong on that. And they were 40 feet long, so a good bit larger than the real-life Stegosaurus, which would have been about 3/4 that size. So these animals, they have 3-foot spikes on the end of their tails that they can swing pretty fast. We've seen them chop through logs, basically, in the Lost World. And even though we haven't seen these animals in combat, you can imagine how well they do. They're not the fastest animals, but we do see them running around in Jurassic World, albeit a different strain. That was the most runny strain, but they should still have similar agility. These animals can turn pretty fast, most likely. And so they should be able to put up a decent defense against most theropods, probably against the likes of basically any carnivore in the franchise, except for your main megatheropods, like the Spinosaurus, which was born in 1999 as part of the amalgam testing. It's a very powerful animal, decently intelligent. It has enormous claws that weighs nearly 10 tons. Decent bite force. At its largest, the animal was 55 feet long when it appeared in Camp Cretaceous, making it the largest on-screen theropod in the franchise. It was created by Dr. Wu to be the sort of perfect predator and quickly took over the ecosystems of Isla Sorna, consistently being able to bring down Tyrannosaurus. So, yeah, there's not a lot of animals that can contend with the Spinosaurus in this franchise, but I think the Stegosaurus would actually do a decent job. Would probably be able to do severe damage if it were to be able to hit the Spinosaurus, and I think they're kind of similar in their speed. Spinosaurus might have a faster running speed, but you can see in combat that they might be kind of similar. However, I still think by using its arms, the Spinosaurus will be able to inflict severe injuries on the Stegosaurus and bring it down. So that pretty far advances our battle bracket. We're down to the semifinals now. I hope you guys enjoyed this very short episode, and I will be back with another one of these probably next week.